Good morning. Happy Monday, April 6th, coming off of Easter. Hope everybody had a great long weekend. Man, it was packed down here. We are officially in what has been deemed Atlanta week here on 30A and in Walton County and in Destin, Florida. So if you're watching this from Atlanta and you're not down here, you're one of the few that are not active with us this week. Weather was awesome. And I hope you guys had a great time. It's going to mess with the numbers a little bit, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. But listen, this is an important episode. If this is your first time watching, my name is Casey Joyner. I'm with Scenic Sotheby's. We've been coming to you every week for several years, and we're telling you exactly what's going on. So we're going to get into the numbers, but I've got something on the planning department, county commission side that just got approved in Walton County. The number one shocked me. And the number two is important for everybody because it could set some precedent. We're going to talk to you about that today. It's important to understand just from what's going on, a density standpoint, what's coming. And I think it's worth bringing to you guys today. So last week we talked about beach access. This week we're talking about a new project that's going to be, I'm shocked to see it, to be honest with you. So we're going to get into that. So hang tight. Appreciate all of you. I keep hearing from a lot of you. I'm grateful. And thank you for the feedback. Thank you for recommending things that we talk about here on I'm not going to call this a show, but I can. We can call it a show. Let's get into the numbers right now. New listing 67. Now, listen, that's going to drag into, we do a 72-hour window to show the week that was, and that's going to drag in the tail end of last week. And what happens on holiday weekends, gang? Agents will put new listings out there to catch the attention of those that are driving down 331, staying this next week. Okay? Don't blame them for that. It's great strategy, but it will make a little bit of a spike. Okay? Now, that's 2 weeks in a row that we've been in like the 60s and 70s, right? But it's around the holiday. 3 weeks is where we call it a trend. So what we're going to be looking for next week is, do we settle back into that 40 and 50 range that Casey loves so much? Or are we staying up in the 60s and 70s and this faucet's turned on a little bit? Let's see on the pending side, 25 pending. Very solid. And I'm going to tell you why I like that number. It is challenging in the time segment that I do this when it's a holiday week and it's Good Friday and not a lot of people are working, that we got that many written contracts during that time. Easter's a very distracting time. If we were going to have a week where we might slide below our super consistent effort, something like Easter long weekend could be a candidate for that, and we did not. So I take that as encouraging, okay? Super consistent. Obviously want it higher, but not lower is the ultimate goal, right? Close 27, that may be even more impressive, getting those across the finish line going into Easter. Let's see what's going on the price changes, 44. So, not honestly, probably less than what I thought would be coming into the long weekend, okay? So the challenge with Easter is if you're not getting it done at the end of next week, everybody just kind of shuts down. You know what I mean? Now, we have had some calls kind of rounding the week. I'm super interested for so many of my listings to see what comes our way this week. Like I'm cheerleading more activity for some. I'm fully expecting activity based on the previous 2 weeks for others. But there's a lot of people in town coming off of Easter, everybody's settling in, everybody falling in love with it again. Maybe we should get out and take a look at some properties. That's the lay of the land. All right. The reason I'm bringing this to you is, we talk a lot about Walton County on this, and mainly because that's where a lot of our inventory sits. Obviously, we talk about Destin. We love Okaloosa County, Destin. We go into Bay County, West Panama City Beach. But this one is affecting Walton County specifically. And the reason I want to bring it up is that Walton County has been, in the game of deterring development. Let me say that the right way. It is hard. Anybody that has been looking to build anything for some time in Walton County knows that it's not easy. And the planning department has been doing a good job of monitoring density. Okay. This planning department and the commission have actually been more prone to buying, for instance, on the west end of 30A, Gulfront houses, tearing them down to make more public beach access, right? Controlling things. If you want to take a lot that you have and split it into 2 lots so that you can build more houses, That is difficult to do. Ask anybody trying to do it. Ask anybody trying to push the envelope on a larger house or push outside of the setbacks to get more from this planning department and this commission. It's been hard to do. So this is why I'm bringing this forward and why I find it super interesting, okay? This is the headline: controversial condo project barely approved in South Walton. Now, this is located in this area that we're talking about is west of Sandestin, over around the Seascape area, okay? Lots of new development going on in that area. They just launched the Grove at Seascape, which is kind of what we expect from the county now. Grove at Seascape was like a 4-floor, 4-story building, beautiful amenities. I have a client with one there. I have one listed there right now. It's a beautiful setup. They're doing great concerts over there and on Seascape. Really good things going on. This project is right beside that. But here's the difference on this one, okay? This condo project called Echelon is 24 stories, 246 condos right there in Miramar Beach, okay? Now, the reason that so many people came out at the meetings and everything pushing against this was that is now above anything that they have approved in recent years, okay? 24 stories is as tall as anything we have up and down that beach right there. And 246 condos is a lot. Listen to me. Casey is not pro no development, right? I love development. I love beautiful development. I love shiny and new. The market loves shiny and new. But this is a lot of units for any area, okay? And I'm surprised we're even talking about it, but here's the backstory on it. The Echelon project gained approval largely due to its 25-year-old grandfathered status, which exempts it from newer height restrictions. The history combined with the land development code requirements being technically met led County Attorney Clay Atkinson to caution that appellate litigation was expected regardless of the vote. Listen, here's the thing. There was a big fight that was coming, right, on either way, from the county or from this development team that was pushing it. Listen, I want to make it clear. I am not against this development. I'm going to sell this development. Like, I like advertising new things, right? Like, that's what I like to do. But here's the challenge with it. I think that the amount of density that they are approving there based on grandfather status, the thing that makes me nervous out there in the marketplace is setting precedent. Because if you go up and down the beach, we haven't seen a lot of grandfather status just because things were a certain way 25 years ago. They haven't been letting those through that I've seen. You know, and there's been multiple examples of more stuff getting knocked down and denied than they have for this. I never thought that we would see a 24-story building going up in Miramar Beach again. Really didn't. Here's the key to this one, and what I want to be very clear on. The planning department, which catches a lot of heat in Walton County, just because it's known to not be the easiest thing to work with. That's what people tell me. I built a house here. I mean, look, it takes a while to get through it. Worked with them. It was great. Okay? But the planning department catches a lot of heat. I want to make it clear. The planning department did not approve this. In fact, they denied it. What happened was the commission, county commissioners, then voted, passed it anyway. Okay? That's what this article talks about. The planning department knocked it down, and then the county commission approved it on a 3-2 meeting, 3-2 vote. Okay? So that's a very important for planning commission trigger caution against Echelon. Commissioner Fred Tricker, a former member of the planning commission, he had passed away. He said, if I was the property owner, I would be very concerned about the things I've heard here tonight about the problem of selling homes and the problem of renting homes. And then you're going to pile a big old 24-story condo right in the middle of all that. I would be very concerned about doing that. I do think it is the public interest from a public safety standpoint. So here's what they're saying. The planning commission was worried about the amount of density that would be flowing in that spot, okay? And then the commissioners passed it anyway. Listen, those guys are a lot smarter than me. They know what they're doing, all right? But I think that there was pressure to get this done, okay, on the development side because they had it approved at one time. and I'm sure there was a lot of money at play. I'm not against this project. I love shiny new things, and I love what's going on in that seascape area. The reason I'm bringing it to you is that these are the things that we need to watch for, right? Just like we're watching what's going on with the beach, we've got to have our head on a swivel. And I'm proud of the people around Scenic 98 kind of keeping them, even though they lost the battle, for coming out and really taking a good eye at this one, because my only fear is the precedent that this may set of other people that wanted to do the same thing potentially have been denied, and now they can point at that and go, how come they get to do their 24-story building right there in the middle of Miramar Beach, adding to density right there, when for the most part we've been looking to calm down density so that we can have plenty of room for everybody to enjoy the beach around them. Okay, so listen, that's why I want to bring it to you guys. I'm going to keep looking for these things, but these are talking points. These are the calls I get, right? People ring my phone and say, hey, I heard there's a new building coming. Is that true? So I go digging into it, and so many people pass this article along to me. All right, so again, I love development, new. I think it's exciting for the area, but at the same time, it's not consistent with a lot of the rulings that have been made. So it's one that's causing a stir and is going to get talked about more and more, right? So anyway, appreciate you guys. Big week ahead. I can't wait to come back to you next week because there's a lot of people in town, and I'm really interested to see what we do. We've got a couple of closings this week, bringing on several new listings. Appreciate all of you. If you guys need anything from us at all, please call, text, and we'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible. Thanks, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.